Alright guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I will be showing you guys how you can use dual wield. We'll explain and show some good combinations of items that can be used with it. I will show you pretty much all you need to know about dual wielding. So the main concept of dual wielding is that you can equip something in your second hand. As you can see here, I have a piece of wood in my second hand. Sorry about that. I am dual wielding this item right now. Alright, I'm dual wielding this item right now. And how you do that is you find your item that you would like to dual wield, you hover over it, and then you press the F key. And that will put that item in the invisible slot right here. It will display it differently for the game modes. But for creative, that's where it is. Yeah. So if you wanted to swap this item with another item, what you can do, you can hover over a different item, press F, and that will do the same thing. So that's cool and all, but why can't I shoot with the bow right now? I'm right clicking and it doesn't allow me to shoot with the bow. Well, that is because main hand is always priority, essentially. So, since I had two items on me that both uses right click to activate, the one in the main hand is the one that will activate. It's sort of the same deal with blocks. If I can right click, it will use the block, but if I'm not looking at the ground, it will use the bow. So that is essentially the logic behind it. There's no special keys, there's only right and left click. That is all there is. Alright, so left click, punch. The punch key will always be in the main hand. So essentially you always want to have whatever your weapon is, something that you punch with, should always be in the main hand. Depends on if you're right or left-handed, they've added a feature for that. So in your main hand, there should always be the thing you punch with. As you can see, if I swap these, it will use the bow to punch rather than using the sword. It will also use this because the sword has no right-click event anymore. That got removed. So, I mean, that is essentially it. Right-click checks main hand, and if main hand cannot be used, then it uses the secondary hand. So, only one right-click and one left-click event should happen. At a time. So that is essentially dual wielding in, I was going to say nutshell, but that is pretty much it, really. There isn't much to it, but combinations of item can get quite in depth. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. I'm going to be showing off some awesome tricks for you guys. So, yep. So now I'm going to show you guys a couple good combinations that you can use with this. So the first one that I thought was really useful for this kind of thing, especially for automated farms and stuff like that, are shears and wheat. So if we grab these items, you can see if we dual wield, it doesn't matter like which thing is in what arm here, but if you now right click on a sheep, you will see that since it can no longer be sheared, it will also use the wheat. So you can essentially now breed and shear sheeps at the same time. So that's pretty fancy. Let's get this stuff back in our little chest here. So that is essentially the first item. The second very neat item that I wanted to show you guys are the diamond hoe and seeds. So this works very similarly to the sheeps, the shears and the wheat, and that you right click, you plow it, or make it, you know, one of those, whatever they're called, and now you can essentially put a seed on it as well. So it allows for very fast replanting of seeds, which is another very useful thing. So if you're ever farming, make sure to use this trick. Okay, so next couple items are diamond pickaxe and torch. You might know about this one already, as it is very commonly used. But essentially what this allows you to do, if you don't know, you can mine with your right hand and place torches with your second. So that is essentially what that does. You could also do something like putting blocks in your blocks instead of torches, and then you could go around placing blocks whilst mining, which is very useful. So that is essentially that. This one is, I thought, was very useful, especially for me. I'm a bow guy. I like this one a lot. Essentially what this is a bow and a bunch of arrows here. So how this works is you equip your bow in your secondary hand, and now you have your right hand where you can scroll around and choose whatever you like. So what this does is whatever item or arrow type that you're holding, it's going to shoot. So I thought this was very useful. So you can, for example, shoot it with that. Now you can see them through walls, and then you go sneak up on them and shoot them down with some harming. Why is he not dying? There we go. Alright, and a better example. There should have been a creeper there, but whatever. So that is essentially that. That's another very, very useful combination with dual wielding that I thought I had to show you guys. Next up is a very self-explanatory one, but I thought I would show it. Swords and shields. So you might think that you can just go around blocking with your sword, but that feature is now removed. You can no longer block with your sword, so that's why we need to use these shields. And since the sword no longer has a right-click event, it will use the shield. So that is... Why do I keep spawning you? Alright, so let's test this out on the creeper, like how much this actually affects it. Because it does affect it a lot. I would not be able to survive that had I not... Dude. What in the world, man? What is happening? Alright, so we're going to put this back in here and game mode ourselves. So just, this is kind of like a reminder, I would say. Bring your shield from now on. So the last item, but definitely not the worst or the least good or anything like that, is very useful. This is especially good for PvPers. And ender pearls, yeah. This allows you to fight, but whilst fighting you can chuck a couple ender pearls, so you can easily escape from enemies. After hitting them out a couple times, you don't have to switch quickly to the ender pearl. So that's another very, very useful thing that I thought I would show you guys. Yeah, but that is essentially it. That's some cool methods of dual wielding that I thought of. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, or if you thought it was in any level good or entertaining or anything like that, make sure to leave a like. And if you really loved it, subscribe. It does help a lot. Is the only way that I can get anywhere with my channel. And if you did like it and you like the other videos that I have on my channel, then please make sure to do that. That would be very much appreciated. But that's about it, guys. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm signing out. Goodbye.